Hi chums, you don't normally see me on this side of the camera, but my daughter has very kindly offered or agreed to do camera person today. I have been asked by a number of people to show exactly how I plant potatoes in bags. So this is it. First of all, I'll show you what I use. I use a 50-50 mix of farmyard manure. Now, that's it there. It's lovely stuff. It's been composted down and it's very rich. The other mix I use is compost with added John Innes #1. That's a potting mix. I think there's 3 different mixes that were invented by a guy called John Innes in England many years ago, and it's still considered one of the best. And there's different levels of robustness. Well, this is one that has had some compost with John Innes added. That gives a bit more body to the compost. And then I just mix those 50-50. Now, for these potatoes, I'm going to add some Grow More. It's a general fertilizer. Potatoes are greedy, and it's very scientific. About that much, I suppose about a tablespoonful, and put that in, and some chicken manure or chicken pellets, and once again about that much, and that's it. Now each time I top the potatoes up, I'll do the same mix, so the Grow More and the chicken manure go in each time. Now on this stuff here, I had a visit from a guy called John from Wicklow. Wicklow is about 130 miles from here, so that's like the other side of the universe for Irish people, you know. But he very kindly came to see me, and we had a great conversation about potatoes, and he told me that he had discovered that nitrogen is good for potatoes if they're early, but for later potatoes, like the main crop, the nitrogen tends to make the potato a wetter potato, like a salad potato, and it also makes them more prone to blight. So for these early potatoes, I'm going to put the nitrogen in, the chicken manure, but for the next lot of potatoes, I'm not going to use that. So that's it. Just while I'm talking about John, John very kindly brought me a potato bag and some of these potato bags that he's going to use, and organic fertilizer. So I'm not going to use that this time. I'm going to use that on the next as a trial for some of the others, but this is the way I did them last year, so that's what people want to see. Set them over there. Now, the bags, 2 old fertilizer bags, just one inside the other. And for drainage is a very complicated issue, and this is how I sort it out. Just get your knife. Now, the bag's going to be sitting on the ground about there, so I just that's it done. All you want to do is let excess water out. Potatoes are very thirsty, and you will probably not be able to give your potatoes the amount of water they need, because most of the bags I opened last year were quite dry at the bottom. Rick Van Man spotted this early in the season, and because of him he probably saved my potatoes, because I wasn't giving enough water, so thank you, Rick. Right, then just to make this easier, just fold the bag up and then fill it. Right, that's it. So, I'm over here every second, just please in it. There's the amount, is about that much, about 3 or 4 inches. That's all I put in, and that's it. That's the bag ready. Now, potatoes. I'm using one here called Pink Fir Apple. It's an old-fashioned English potato that I was busting to get trying ever since Hugh Fearingley-Withingstall used them in a Spanish tortilla. They're a salad potato, they're wet. Now, Irish people don't traditionally like wet potatoes, but I'm getting to like them very much. I grew Charlotte last year and they were beautiful. So I'm going to put 3 of these in. One sort of medium sized, and that's it planted. And now, oh, I thought there was a wee eye coming in that one. There's not. Yeah, you can just see the eye is starting to come now. I had another idea this year. I'd already given some warning about that I was going to do something different, and the seed men would hate me. But the problem was, I got some potatoes out of the supermarket. I had good success last year with some I found in a drawer. But when I put the potatoes from the supermarket out to chit, the chits came out white and went black. they didn't actually go purple, they just dried up and shriveled. So I'm going to abandon that for the moment, but later on I'm going to try again with supermarket potatoes. So then the final part of the procedure is another 3 or 4 inches of compost. I don't be too critical about this, just whatever's left in the tray goes in, and then whenever the shoots start coming up, that's them done. So there's about another 4 inches, I suppose, on top of those potatoes. And then the final bit is the most important, I think, the label. I cannot remember what I've planted anywhere, and if you look along the side here, you see it, I have labels and everything. But if I didn't do that, I just wouldn't know what the things were. There's only one person in the entire universe that I know that can plant stuff without labels and remember what he did, and that's a guy called Jihad Acadian in Canada. He doesn't use labels. I have no idea how he remembers the stuff. He must have a phenomenal memory. But congratulations, Jihad Acadian. I couldn't do that. So there you are, label in, potatoes planted. And then the final wee bit is just a splash of water to start, not too much, and then tomorrow I'll give them some more water. And that's it. And then I just leave those here on the side in the greenhouse, because the greenhouse will keep the frost off, and we get frost here until the end of May. So for that reason, I try not to put them out until then, and I go from that. So I'm not going to do every bag of potatoes that I do during the year, but I'm going to start from every week from now on. Every week or so I'll do another bag, because last year I ended up with lots of potatoes, so I'm trying to stagger them this year. So that's it. So thanks for watching. And the other thing is, folks, just as if before I finish, subscriptions. I have noticed I've got a lot more subscriptions than I had last year, and I want to thank you very much for that, because I don't subscribe to people I'm not interested in. So if someone subscribes to me, it's a huge compliment that they think you're worth coming back to see. So thank you very much to the people that subscribe. If you haven't got a note from me yet to say thanks, you will. I'm still trying to catch up. So all the best now, and happy planting. Bye bye.